Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you just watched episode 7 of Welcome to Derry, The Black Spot, you're probably sitting with one image burned into your mind. It's not the fire or the violence, though there was plenty of that. It's that terrifying, radiant burst of orange light. First, it hit Ingrid Kirsch, leaving her floating and blank-eyed. Then, in the final moments, it engulfed young Will Hanlon as Pennywise pounced. That light is new to the series, but it's the oldest part of the monster we call Pennywise. It's not a special effect or a simple attack. What you witnessed were the Deadlights. And today, we're going to talk about what they truly are, why they're the source of all horror in Derry, and why Pennywise shattered his own ancient rules to use them. Let's start with the big question. What are the Deadlights? Think of Pennywise the dancing clown not as the monster, but as the monster's favorite outfit, a disguise it wears to interact with our world. The Deadlights are what's inside the costume. They are the monster's true life essence and form. In Stephen King's lore, they originate from a place outside our universe, a void or dimension known as the Macroverse. They are an ancient, cosmic, eldritch energy of pure evil. When Pennywise opens its jaw and those lights swirl out, it's not shooting a laser beam. It's offering a glimpse of its own unbearable, alien reality. The human mind did not evolve to process this. Looking into them is like trying to stare into an alien sun. The mind simply breaks. This is why the effects are so severe and varied. In the novels, a direct look can cause instant death or permanent, unending madness. In the adaptations we've seen, like with Beverly Marsh in the 2017 film, it often puts victims into a comatose, catatonic state, their consciousness trapped and floating. Their body is present, but their mind is lost, staring into that endless orange glare. There are even terrifying implications that the Deadlights don't just destroy the mind, but consume or trap the soul itself. Now, let's apply this to episode 7. Look at what happened to Ingrid. Her entire life was a delusion built around the idea that her father, the real clown Bob Gray, was somehow trapped inside this entity. In her final confrontation, she finally screamed the truth. "You are not my father." At that moment, she was no longer a useful, believing servant. She was a threat to its narrative. So, Pennywise didn't just kill her. It used the Deadlights. It erased the troublesome person she was, likely leaving behind an empty vessel. That chilling look she gave the kids from the stretcher? That wasn't Ingrid. That was something else looking out through her eyes. And then we have Will, attacked in his own home. We know from the future lore that Will Hanlon lives to father Mike Hanlon. But surviving the Deadlights is not the same as being unharmed. The encounter could leave profound psychological scars, trauma, or even a latent connection to the entity that defines his and his son's future. So why bring out this ultimate weapon now? And why, as we heard, did Pennywise break its 27-year hibernation sleep to do it? The two questions are deeply connected. First, the hibernation. Pennywise operates on a natural, cosmic cycle. Awake to feed for about a year, then asleep for 27 years to digest and regain strength. The feast at the Black Spot, a massacre fueled by racial hatred that it gleefully encouraged, was meant to be its last big meal before going back to sleep. It even told Ingrid it was going into hibernation. But then, humans intervened in a huge way. We learned the US military, under General Shaw, has known about the entity for years. They see it not as a monster to be destroyed, but as a potential weapon to be controlled, a way to unite people through fear during the Cold War. Dick Halloran, using his shine, located one of the mystical 13 pillars that act as a cage or binding trap around the entity's power. The military, aiming to free and weaponize it, destroyed that pillar. This was like blowing a hole in the side of its prison. The shock violently jerked Pennywise awake from its planned slumber. It was suddenly awake, powerful, and completely unrestrained, far earlier than it ever intended. This brings us back to the Deadlights and episode 7's brutal logic. Pennywise is an apex predator. With its hibernation cycle forcibly broken, it's now operating outside its natural rhythm. It's agitated, possibly even vulnerable. In this state, it's not just hunting for food to last 27 years. It's reasserting dominance. It's punishing those who challenged it, like Ingrid, and going after high-value targets with maximum efficiency. Will Hanlon isn't just any boy. He's the son of Leroy Hanlon, the Air Force officer who tried to stop the military's plan. Attacking Will is a direct message of terror and revenge. Using the Deadlights is the surest, most absolute way to claim that victim, body and soul. So, what does this mean for the finale? We have an entity that is more powerful and unmoored than ever before. We have victims of the Deadlights whose fates are hanging in the balance. And we have the people of Derry, caught between a racist mob and a fully awakened cosmic horror. The Deadlights are the heart of the terror. They remind us that the real monster was never just a clown in the sewer. The clown is just the smile it wears. The real monster is an endless, screaming light from beyond the stars. And after episode 7, it's wide awake and looking right at us. What do you think Will's vision in the Deadlights showed him? And do you think Ingrid's body is now just an empty shell, or something worse? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.